Hi sir, I'm Nandita.
Hi.
I want to ask that, recently in Tamil Nadu, actor Vijay has entered into politics. So how do you see his breakthrough from an actor to politician? And do you think if he's entered into politics as an independent or with alliance? Because you both have similar breakthrough into actor to politician. So do you have any advice to him?
Normally I don't give advices to anybody because they are because everyone is capable, Once someone is old enough, I think, even to my own kids, I don't give them advice unless I'm asked. But when it comes to the question you raised to Mr. Vijay, they're capable, and he's a very big hero, very big star, and everyone has a right to come into to set up a political party, to come into politics. I think it's great if they serve their own, whatever their role they have they gotten into. But you have to stick around. My question to anybody is, even for example, right from the Mr. Shiva to anyone, no matter who, big, small, it doesn't matter. I think to achieve anything, you have to stick around. You have to you have to be an exceptional risk taker. Don't expect any results, which I didn't expect. When I got into politics, I told myself there was no precedent and there was no hope for me. I only came into politics because there's a lot of unanswered questions in me. There's a lot of, and a lot of anger and injustice. I want to say something. I want to stand for something. In this process, I never had a thought to become something. I want to do something. So that should be what I think anyone should look at it, no matter who they are and what they are.
Yeah, sir. Add on to that, you are serving the nation by being a politician. So if you're not a politician, how would you have served the nation?
I would not have served the nation, but I would have served the earth, Mother Earth. Now, the only thing is I would have been something I would have been a big conservationist. That's all.
I mean, 2018 తర్వాత ఎన్నికలకి సో ఇప్పుడున్న జనరేషన్, మా జనరేషన్ మేము పాలిటిక్స్లోకి రావాలంటే మేము ఎలాంటి సాక్రిఫైసెస్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది?
అంత సాక్రిఫైసెస్ చేయకూడదని నా ఫీలింగ్. దట్ ఈస్ అంటే టైమ్స్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ కదా. అండ్ ఐ ఫీల్ హ్యూమన్స్ ఆర్ ఎక్సలెంట్ పీపుల్. అంటే వీ డోంట్ నో ద ట్రూ పొటెన్షియాలిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ ఇండివిజువల్. ఐ డోంట్ నో, ఐ వాస్ రీడింగ్ ఎ బుక్. అంటే మనం ఒక మనిషిని చూసి వీళ్ళకి ఇంత మించి గొప్పతనం లేదని అనుకుంటాం. జనరల్ ఒక అజంప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. సమ్మన్ అనుకుంటే an average human being whom we think we don't even care, he doesn't have whether he has a certain potentiality అనుకుంటాం, జస్ట్ ఈజీగా తీసేస్తాం. The greatest quality comes from the extreme adverse situation when that person is put into. ఇది ఒకసారి I think I don't know, in some other country, I think probably, I don't know I'm not able to recall which book it is, but I read this incident. A policeman, I think in Hawaii, it happened in Hawaii. చిన్న ఒక బ్రిడ్జ్ మీద కార్ వెళ్తూ ఉంటే suddenly they had seen a man who is about to jump from the cliff. ఈ పోలీస్ మ్యాన్ అసలు ఇప్పుడు స్వార్థం తప్ప ఎలాంటి వాడు లేనోడు. He never used to care for people, though he was a policeman. But on that particular day, when that guy was about to leap from the cliff, ఇతను వెళ్ళి కార్ ఆపి ఇతని పార్ట్నర్ పక్కన ఉన్నా కానీ ఇతను దిగేలో వెళ్ళిపోయి he held him and he saved him. And in the process, he was about to fall into the cliff, and his partner came and saved them both. So he asked him, "నువ్వు ఎందుకు చేసావు ఇంత రిస్క్ ఎందుకు పెట్టావంటే?" And I said, suddenly that humanity in me has awakened. Suddenly I felt I don't want him to die. ఇంత సెల్ఫిష్ పర్సన్ కదా, నువ్వు ఎందుకు చేసావంటే, I don't know what happened to me. అంటే the writer says, in any human being, sacrifice should not be, it comes naturally when it is needed. So you don't have to sacrifice something for the sake of it. In the journey, if it becomes a part of it, you do it. నేనే నమ్ముతానంటే sometimes, in my case, I didn't want to sacrifice, but I was forced to give up certain things to walk on the path. And again, I personally feel, if the suggestion that if I have to advise somebody to come into politics is, first thing is, don't sacrifice. Be consistent. అంటే మనం ఈ పని చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు వితౌట్ సాక్రిఫైసింగ్ యువర్ routine, your bread and butter. And politics should not become a money-making business. Anyone who would want to come into politics, for that reason, don't sacrifice. You have to have an occasion. You have to have a profession. You have to have something to hold on to make money. And if you look at all the freedom fighters, they were all great liars. They were making money. They had their own businesses, including Dadabhai Naoroji. They were big businessmen. They were doing something. They were able to contribute back. People who had done some teachers, basic small job holders, they participated in the freedom struggle. I think to be in part, I think your profession, your passion should be are two different things. I think if politics is my way of serving nation, I think that should not become your means of business. I think in that way, that's the reason why you should not sacrifice. You have to have an occasion. You have to have some kind of system where you can sustain your family, though being in politics. I think that's how I can suggest or advise.
Thank you, sir.
And I think that's a great way, sir, for us to also maybe reduce corruption, because there's no greed, because there's self-sufficiency. But that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, I think I have a point to add, sir. Even late Arun Jaitley ji used to say the same thing. So encourage successful professionals to join politics, because they can sustain themselves, so they don't seek any money from the system as such. So don't discourage people, successful professionals, from joining into politics. And
True, I agree with that.
A very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So I'm Preeti. I'm basically from Uttarakhand, Dehradun, and I'm a student here. So my question.
Uttarakhand is known as God's zone.
Land of God.
Devbhumi.
Yeah, Devbhumi, Uttarakhand. So my question is, this question is from since childhood. I used to think of it. So whenever my parents or my teachers or anyone asked me question, what do you want to become? So it was never politician, or in my entire life, I've never seen anyone to say I wanted to be a politician. The reason could be anything. The reason I came up with, maybe the experience. I've heard somewhere that the Gen Z or young leaders, they don't have much experience to come into this field. My question is, what reason you think? And another question adding on to that is, you have your own party. Would you want a Gen Z or a young leader in your party? If yes, what could be the qualities you want?
Okay. How do you gain experience? By just getting into it.
Yeah.
So imagine the same, if you ask me in 2014, I was more or less, I think, I don't know which hall, but in the same premises. When I started the party, though I had a little experience before, I dabbled. But for me, how do I gain experience? I had the same question, how do I gain experience? I said, you don't have experience. That's what people told me. I said, how do I gain experience unless you get into it? You have to give yourself sufficient amount of time to get into it.